Well, I want to talk now about like we all hear about like the self-discovery, self-love movement. And on this podcast, I have definitely talked about it numerous times. As I reached 29, but as I'm getting older, I'm realizing, is this whole self-discovery like a bullshit? Like, why do we have to be like, go on the path to self-discovery and self-love and self-worth, and you'll end up at a really happy place and everything will work out? I believe that the self-discovery, self-love, self-worth is a constant movement. Because I can take, for example, my weight. I have been really like whatever, how many kilos I wanted to be, then I've gained a few kilos and I've lost a few kilos. And no matter what weight I was at, I still wanted more. So do you believe, are you in, let's just say, the self-discovery? Do you feel like it's a constant thing, or do you think this whole movement is kind of bullshit and just doesn't really exist except within yourself?
I think you're absolutely right that self-discovery is life.
It is.
It's every single day.
Life. Yes.
If you're awake and if you're open and receptive to life, that is every single day.
Totally.
But what I think people really mean when I need to go find myself, is just reconnecting with yourself, because we get so distracted.
Absolutely.
So distracted by life, by stress. Sometimes you just want to switch off, and that's so fine. But then maybe you also need to make a concerted effort to switch back on and really reconnect with who you are and feel like awakened. We've all taken a break from our routine. Routines are healthy, but like
routines are healthy. Yes.
We've all taken a break from our routine and come back being like, I know who I am again.
Absolutely.
You meet people on holiday and you are talking to them about new subjects that you don't normally talk about. And you're like, oh, that's how I think about that. How interesting. And it's true. Like, we're not always challenged or activated on every single facet of ourselves every single day of our lives. You do have to go off the beaten path a little bit to kind of just see where you're at in certain areas. Like, do I feel secure in my own personal time? Like, can I be alone?
See, because you've been on a solo trip.
Yes.
Twice.
More.
Okay, I think what I've known you, it's only been twice. Okay. What I wanted to go on a solo trip actually to Bali. Ended up, my best friend, ex-best friend actually, ended up joining it, so it wasn't solo. But I did some solo things like by myself. I went to a healer, the Eat, Pray, Love healer, like one of those. It was so fun. I went to one of those. I did the healing of the body. I was going through heartbreak, and I really appreciated it. But I will say the times I spent alone, I struggled. Because you're in a new country, right? You're put into kind of an uncomfortable place. Not that Bali was uncomfortable, but yeah, you're not in your normal surroundings. How have you, because now you've been on a lot, how have you adjusted, or what have you learned, I guess, from your solo trips?
Well, I think I'm kind of a firm believer that growth comes through suffering.
Okay, I think I agree with that.
Yeah, not to say that we should be in a constant state of suffering.
Absolutely not.
Because life is to be enjoyed.
Of course.
But, to be able to do that very openly and really sit in your discomfort, and especially to be in such a privileged position to choose that discomfort, what do you mean? There are things that will happen that are completely out of our control in life, and we will
100%.
And you're just going to have to face them. Doing something like a solo trip is totally taking something challenging in your own hands and giving that to yourself as a gift, and knowing that you could just jump on a flight the next day and go back home and say, that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
But why not try? If you're worried about being in your own company, perhaps that's something you should try and face. If you think I'm going to be alone all the time, no one's going to like me, I'm not going to make any friends, why don't you go? Try and make friends. Don't like it? Hop on a plane back, invite a friend to come and join you, whatever it may be. So when I found that I did this, I think it was me kind of overcoming my people pleasing. And I was I was always a bit uncomfortable going on holidays with friends, because what if I want to do this? And then I'm always triggered because they want to do that and I want to do this and I want to feel free. So the best solution for me was just go on my own. Don't have to wait for anybody. Don't have to organize.
So that's actually how because usually people are I'm going to go find my purpose. Or you were just I actually just want to go to this country and do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. I love that.
I just don't want, I want to wake up in the morning and I can leave in 2 minutes, or I can leave in 30, or I can literally stay home the entire day. Yeah. And it's completely up to me. And I found that really liberating. So my first one was 10 days on an island.
Holy shit,
just
girl.
Nothing too special.
That's
just
wild,
Formentera. It's Ibiza. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
But but there was nothing to do. I spent my birthday there. Just by myself.
Love it.
It was quiet. I had a couple of deep moments of reflection, met one or two really sweet people that made the trip really special for the moments that we shared. And realized from that, like, I can be alone. And there were some scary moments, like quad biking and then it breaking down and just being like, oh, maybe traveling alone by yourself as a girl and being stranded here is not the
Oh
best.
my God, that's
but
so
you know,
scary.
alhamdulillah wa shukr, like things,
Okay, yeah.
things work out and you got to believe you're protected as well and just be smart. I had the number of the guys who will come pick me up and everything worked out.
Everything worked out.
I would encourage anybody who's a little afraid of it or excited about it. Sometimes the line is very thin between fear and excitement.
Yep.
To just give it a go. The worst thing that can happen is you leave.
You leave.
You know?
You leave. I completely agree with that.